Hey everybody, FoxyDits here. Today we're going to go over the prototype Chapter 13 Proof of Concept skip. We talked to Glitch Chadley. We're still working on how to get the Glitch Chadley out of bounds trick consistent.
I've come up with the most fascinating. I need you to defeat some entities.
But he puts you out of bounds, and immediately you're going to take a look at your mini-map and follow it to the Moogle area. Once the Moogle area lights up, we're going to turn and head into the little crevice you see I'm working my way into until we actually see the Moogle boy. And then we're going to move towards him, but sticking to this right side. You see where the slope is and behind the sign? We're behind an invisible wall that we have to stay behind as we hug and follow this all the way to this sloped rock right here. Now what this sloped rock is going to do is going to allow us to do a save load infinite staircase glitch to gain height over the ground so that we can walk in the air all the way back to Wall Market and go to Chapter 14. But this area has a really interesting glitch that I had to find a workaround for. It's a soft lock. So if I save the game here, as you would to start a save load process, and if I were to load this save now, the game would crash. And the reason for that is that this area that I'm in has no map load right now. It only keeps the last known loaded map open. But if I were to load the game, it looks to see what map it should load, and because I'm not in an area with that data, it would load nothing and therefore crash. So what I'm going to have to do to bypass that is I'm going to have to load basically any file that's in Sector 5, and then I can load this and attempt a load walk infinite staircase. So as you can see, I have accomplished that. And if you look at my mini-map, you'll see I did a perfect 180. And so the reason why this works is because, so there's two glitches going on here, and I have to explain them both very quickly. The first is load walking. The game tries to prevent you from going outside of bounds by warping you back to the last known floor position you were on, if you attempt to actually go out of bounds, or null space as we call it. And because of some glitch in the coding, randomly, and there's no consistency to this, when you load a file, that null space check is disabled. So you get null space disabled for like 5 seconds sometimes. Now, you're going to probably have to do that load process a few times. I got it first try, which is great, and that happens, and loading is fast on PC, so it's no big deal. The second glitch that we did is infinite staircase. Because I was standing on a slope as my last known floor, when you walk into null space, the game doesn't know that you've stopped being on a slope. So you basically, anytime you walk in the direction that slope was going, you'll gain height, and anytime you walk in the any other direction that that slope would descend on or be parallel to, you don't gain any height, or you don't descend. So you'll see, I'm going to use this house as reference. Anytime I move to the left, you'll see I gain height, and anytime I move to the right, I don't. So basically, I'm just going to try and get myself to what I think is a good height. This looks good to me. And now to cancel that infinite staircase, I'm just going to go ahead and save the game and load. Now, I won't have that move left, gain height thing. I'm just going to stay at this height for the rest of the skip. Now I get to look at my mini-map, because it's really hard to navigate above valid floor while you're 60 feet in the air. So I'm going to just be looking at my mini-map and basically coloring inside the lines. And you're starting to see why we got to this height, because if I were any lower, I would have warped down right there. But since that's the highest height that we're going to come into contact with, and we made it past that, we know we've successfully completed Chapter 13 skip. We just basically have to get to the point we drop down in Wall Market now. Oh my god, I need to pay attention. Just looking at the mini-map, you cannot do this by sight without the mini-map, really. So yeah, while we're running, I can just say this pretty much guarantees that Chapter 13 skip is possible. The difficulty is that we still haven't fully worked out how the Chadley glitch works. We've had multiple occurrences of it now, and really all it comes down to is now testing to see what causes it. And once we know, we'll be able to do this every single time, and we will successfully have all of the glitches back. And here we drop down, and just to prove that this is real, we'll seal the deal. What's this? A gate? And what's this? Head down into the sewers? I think I will. Alright, so that's the current prototype of Chapter 13 skip. It's back, baby!